Alright guys, I wanted to give you some update on my editor I've been working on. So yeah, we'll get straight to it. So this is the window you see when you open the editor. Not much to be shown here. I'm just gonna open my ROM that has been expanded prior to that. So yeah, basically I wanted to show the monster editor. Right now it looks like the original FF6EME but with slight modifications. We've got the magnification here that resizes the image and the preview image here. But what is nice is that I implemented a full screen option, which does a pretty good job actually. The only thing, like let's say I'll put that back to 2 because it's more appearance like that. If you draw some pixels, you'll see that the pixels are slightly of different shapes, and it appears even more here. That's because of the automatic scaling of the image that WPF uses, which is nearest neighbor. That's the best result I could have. This button here is a manual resizing of the image. I resize the image completely, but automatic scaling is not that great for this kind of images. But the bigger the sprite is, the more consistent the pixels are. But like here I can't do really much. But anyway, that's about it for that. Yeah, so it looks like the original FF6EME. I added some more features, like you can shift your sprite to the left. You see it goes on the border here. If you want to save space, or if you're drawing and you want to shift to the left or to the top, same thing. I also added a tile grid for magnification more than five or more. So and there's also the pixel grid as usual, but you can switch between both. I like the tile grid. It's pretty neat. So yeah, I added that. You can flip your sprite horizontally or vertically, like that. It always stays on the top left corner as much as possible. Also, yeah, okay, you got the brush here where you can draw tiles. You can draw pixels. Sorry. You got the eraser where you can erase by clicking or keeping down the left button of the mouse. But there's some glitch in the palette. I don't know why exactly, but that only happened on full screen too. Also, I don't think the normal. Yeah, there's a glitch too. Maybe it's a refresh thing, or there's too many functions going on when you hold the mouse button. I don't know. I can't explain it really, but it's not that bad, honestly. There's a dropper. By clicking, you can select the color that you want. There's also a cool thing I put is it's the line drawing tool. James wanted that for his stuff, so we'll go in the empty zone. So by clicking once, you set your first point, and by clicking the second time, you set your second point, and it draws a line between the two. The more the variation there is on the X and Y axis, the more good looking the line will be. Like if you draw from ear to ear, it's gonna make that. I mean, it's I can do really more of that. There's different kind of algorithm to draw the line between 2 points like that, considering the pixels. But I might fiddle with the other ones just to see. But like if you draw from ear to ear, it does a decent job. I mean, it's okay. It's a great addition, so you can draw shapes rather quickly and switch colors. Yeah, so some people might have some fun with that. As you can see, the space is always changing, considering if you gain space or lose space, and the mold. Considering the mold, about the mold, in the original SE sprite editor, when you draw a pixel on a new tile, it assigns a new mold. That's exactly what it does here, mold 136. The limit is 256 mold, by the way. So 136. And when you click on another new tile, it assigns a new mold also. So it should be 137. But what I did is I just keep the last one and update it, so that way we don't waste mold. But anyway, at the end when I save the monsters, there's a mold cleanup, so all the unused mold are erased and everything is compressed. So we utilize the mold utilization. So yeah, aside of that, what I added is now you can, okay, of course you can change the shape, you can change the palette. So that's his palette. That's a 64 by 64, I think. Yeah. You can also let's take a big monster. Hold on. Okay, this guy here is better. So what you can do, you can change the shape to 64 by 64, but it's not really useful. So it's because it's only keeping the first square, the quarter of the screen of that image when it's magnified by 2. So in some cases it might be useful. So, but if you revert back to 128 by 128, oh well, there was a glitch. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that actually. It's really supposed to be. We'll see with the tile grid. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. If I put it by 64. Yeah, same thing. It's about the same thing. Yeah, okay, it's only when I magnified it. Okay, so yeah, you can do that, and you can revert back to 8 colors, but that doesn't make a good job. And if you go back to 16 color, you can't really undo that. So, well, that's not bad, but I mean, yeah, it's not the best features. The main features and the goal of this is not to mimic FF6EME, is to be able to add new monsters. So you'll be able to add monsters from the graphic editor here, and the stats editor, the monster stats editor. Okay, so I'll just name my buddy here, my new buddy, Fred. Okay. So what it does, it adds a new image to the list, and it adds a new monster to the list as well. So this is permanent. Once you add a monster, you cannot undo it, and it's even when you save, it's gonna write the number of monsters in the ROM. I reserve it 2 bytes in the empty space where I put my stuff to write the number of monsters, because that was the way to do it. Because you could open any ROM, in fact, and the data, even if I kept it in the editor, it wouldn't have been very accurate. So yeah, so once you add a monster, gives you a blank image. Mold 71 is the empty image mold, which is the mold of one square with nothing in it. From there you can import. Yeah, okay, you see image must be indexed in mode, which means 16 color or less, like 15 colors plus transparency. If not, you won't be able to import. Same thing if your image is bigger than 128 by 128, you won't be able to import. And if your image has more than 15 colors, you won't be able as well. So I wonder if this one will... Yeah, okay, this is not so bad. Oh, you see, we got a... Oh, we got a bug. I'll try with another image. It was the first time I tried with this one. I'll have to fix this. Yeah, so as I was saying, okay, we'll add another guy. Oh my boy. So yeah, you can import. Like this one works with this one or this one works. You can import image smaller than 64 by 64 or any size as long as it's lower than 128 by 128. Like this one is 30 by 40 I think, or 35 by 35, but it will create a 64 by 64 image, and then the sprite will be on the top left corner. So we see if we change this guy here, go back to 166, it's still there. 176. Yeah, so it imports a palette as well, and yeah, now you got a new image to play with. If you import twice the same image, you're gonna have twice the same image. I'm not comparing images to see if they're the same. That would be too much resource consuming when importing. You can add a new image, just a new image. Like if you want you don't want to add a monster, but you can just have an image. It's gonna add an image with no name, but it's gonna be there. So and then from there you can import as well. You're gonna have your dragon here. So yeah, right now the save function works, but I had a bug previously, so I'm not gonna save right now. Probably I won't try. I will try at the end. Yeah, so you can garbage that image. Yeah, almost sharing this image will be affected. That's pretty much true for the size, the number of color, and yeah, and these two things. All the monsters sharing that image will have their size reduced or bigger if I set it to bigger, because you cannot have the same image and have 8 and 16 color at the same time for that image. So these two things they're tied to the image number, and this is not tied to the image number. The palette is independent, and the monster image. Well, if you draw a pixel. Oh, that was nasty. I wonder what happened. There was some sort of bug too. If you set pixel 0, well, it's gonna reflect. It's gonna reflect in the other monster here. I wonder what I've done. I think I set still palette 0. Yeah, palette 0 is all fucked up now. Oh, we got another bug. Yeah. Cannot go lower than palette 0. I should have thought of that. Yeah, so there's still a few things to fix, but I'm near. I would say I'm over 90% finished the graphic editor, or 95%. So there's a few things left. You can import the image. Monster 381. me go check. Yeah, he's right here. So it does a good exportation. I'm gonna add a button to export all the image at once. So it's gonna make things faster for people wanting that. Aside of that, there's the usual color playing, like the original SC. Yeah, there's some little glitch when you do something really fast. That's probably because it's using a bit of resources. Right now, it does takes 229 megabytes of RAM, I think, of memory. Sorry. So yeah, and once you're gonna open the monster editor, if you close it, the window is going to be reused, which means you won't load every time the monster list, which will make things faster once you have opened it once. There's the transparency thing that if you set the color, it's going to make all the red pixels transparent, and everything that is transparent in the mold is going to become black. Yeah, so you see. So that's not the best feature either, but it wasn't the original SC, so I wanted to put it here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Still a couple of things to fix, but I'm confident I should be done fairly soon. So thanks for watching, guys. So have a good weekend.